Yo, what's up, sports betters? So, what we're going to do is we're going to hit some profitable bets. It's a fake holiday. We're going to hit some bets. We're going to drink some drinks and we're going to call it a day. So, we'll start here. Again, odds jam, profit by sportsbook, profit by sport. Really cool. Your bets are automatically graded with the free odds jam bet tracker. Lost on Avs minus 1.5. But again, what you really want to see in the bet tracker is just more green than red, right? You want to beat the closing line. We got Roma minus 1.5 Asian handicap plus 306. The closing line or the zero vig line from Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book in the world, is currently plus 218. So we freaking crushed it. Over 7 goals in Wild versus Panthers, we got plus 130. The line closed plus 114. So pretty happy, with that as well. This bet won. So all bets are just tracked in this, whatever, like Google sheet in the description on YouTube. So you can check that out. We're up 1.6K. Went up 5K. Been a kind of hard last few weeks, but again, like you'll see, there are wins in here. This is sorted by profit and loss. There are wins in here. There are losses in here. Freaking VGK losing me money. Our top two bets, we bet on the Golden Knights over and the Golden Knights -2. Both these bets lost. But betting in a mathematical way, getting great odds, nobody wins every time, is what makes us money. So again, free odds jam bet tracker. Just make sure you are consistently beating the closing line. So we can go to the plus EV page. We can see there's some live bets out there if you want to do live betting. We have over 134.5. That's actually pretty funny. Over 134.5 in Florida, Arkansas. I actually already bet so really tight market width, right? Only 26 cents. Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker in the world, has this minus 138. So we can freaking hit that. So let's go to Florida, Arkansas over 134.5. And this will be our first bet of the day. And why is that so funny? Because I already bet under 136.5. So let's go here. Wow. The Canadians are up 5-0. That sucks. I have Maple Leafs minus 122. So that's no fun. But I already have Arkansas Florida under 136.5. I just hit the over. So I kind of have a middle on, right? Value in the over now. So I'm going to add this bet to my bet tracker, and that's our first bet. So that's pretty cool. We'll add this to our bet tracker. So we have, what is this? We have over 134.5, Florida, Arkansas. So we kind of have a middle with FanDuel, but again, that FanDuel play I gave out on YouTube Shorts. So betting mathematically, just following the numbers, that's how you make money sports betting. This bet has a profit margin of 5.27%. So hopefully there's exactly 135 or exactly 136 points in the game. We have a middle on because then we'd win the under on FanDuel under 136.5. We'd win the over. So this bet, $26 in profit margin, right? 5% profit margin. Put 500 on it, 26.35. In EV, we are getting on that bet. And I added it to my bet tracker again, just so I can, know the closing odds, right? So we have, I currently have Joel Alvarez. I bet him plus 235 as well as plus 240 on Caesars. We go here. There's my bet on Joel Alvarez. It wasn't live, so I'm not going to add it to this, spreadsheet with tracked bets, but we got him plus 240. Thank you to Odds Jam. And then if we just go to this fight, we can see what the odds are. Like currently, he's all the way down to plus, 180. That's the plus 185 is the best price you can get. We got plus 240, right? Just finding value in the odds. That's what we are looking to do as a profitable sports bettor. So Bet Tracker's free on OddsJam. Just create an account. There's also an email list sign up for, if you want to get some of the best promos of the day emailed to you. Like you can see under promotions, obviously there's not a ton of sports going on right now, but there's some promos out there. Caesars has one, earn a free bet if one leg in your parlay loses. So, Matt usually digs through all these promos. He does the mathematical analysis and tries to figure out, if the bets are any good or if what promos are good. So you can sign up for the see what Matt's on, see what promos, what are their profit margins, stuff like that. So, again, why, is sports betting profitable? Why can you make money sports betting? And the reason is all of these sports books have different odds, right? So we'll go back to hockey. not golf. We'll go back to hockey. It's like all these sports books have different odds, right? So I'm in Arizona. I mainly use 4 different sports books: DraftKings, FanDuel, WynnBET, occasionally TwinSpires. And all these sports books have different odds. So going from one tab to another, you're getting different odds on, different sports books. Like the Canucks are minus 175 on WynnBET. They're minus 180 on DraftKings. So this is just line shopping, right? You always have to be getting the best number, which is highlighted in yellow. You can click on an odd to add it to your bet tracker. And essentially, it's just like if you're placing bets at minus 182, when there's another sports book in your location giving you minus 175, you're just, getting ripped off. You're not going to make money in the long term if you're placing bets at minus 182 when you could be getting minus 175 on another book in your state. So if we just go here in this game, my internet's a little slow, but we'll go here and we can go to the Canucks game. They're minus 175 here. They are minus 182 here. Like, obviously, it's a tab click away and you're getting a better price, right? Everything's about the price you're getting. If there's 2 freaking airline flights to the exact same location and one is a lot more expensive or more expensive at all, right? You just are going to take the cheaper flight. Take the cheaper flight if you want to bet on the Canucks with minus 175. So odds comparison on OddsJam is free, and it applies to everything, right? If you're betting on total goals in a game, if you want to bet on the puck line, if you want to bet on first period money line, whatever you want on, right? Puck line, whatever it is, you always have to be getting the best odds, right? If you want to bet on Seattle minus 1.5, place that bet on, FanDuel, where you're betting 100 to win 420, not on DraftKings where you're betting 100 to win 370. The reason, no sports better wins every time. We've said this a million times. You'll see a lot of bets lose in my spreadsheet, tracking my profit and loss. A lot of bets lose, a lot of bets win. Net profit ultimately boils down to just the odds that you are getting. So what I can do is also, this is another free feature on OddsJam. So I have a $10 free bet on WynnBET, which you can see right here, is the low holds page shows you, so you can filter by sportsbook. We type in WynnBET, and this will show me the best free betting opportunities on WynnBET, right? Free bets are different than cash. They're different than cash. So this shows me the best free betting opportunities on WynnBET. So you just go to filter by sportsbook. This is a free feature, betting tools, low holds. And you can see there's currently an 82.14% conversion. If I place my $10 free bet on Nebraska, your free bet's always going to be on the thing that's plus money. You want your free bets mathematically to be at high odds. Plus 575, the calculator tells me, yo, go hedge $50 roughly on Northwestern minus 600, and you'll convert your $10 free bet into 821 risk-free profit. So what we can do is we can go here. I'll go to this game. Is, just like OddsJam says, plus 575. I place my $10 free bet on that. Boom. My $10 free bet is placed. So now I go to DraftKings. I go to college basketball, and then I look for the Nebraska game, and I want to bet on them. 49.29, and I convert my $10 free bet into 821 in risk-free profit. So I put 49.29, and regardless of who wins this game, I'm converting my $10 free bet into the highest possible risk-free percentage of 82.14% profit margin. So on a $10 free bet, 821 in profit, right? So that's called free bet conversion. Again, anything you want to learn about is going to be in the blog on OddsJam. So you're curious about sportsbook VIP programs, we have an article. You're curious about, free bets, we have an article. You're curious about what a Facebook data scientist tells you about sign-up bonuses. Freaking Wi-Fi is so slow. So we'll reload this. You're curious whatever. There's some article on the blog about sign-up bonuses by a Facebook data scientist. So that's pretty cool. So 22 cents a market with, most random freaking college basketball game ever. Did not know St. Thomas, Minnesota was a school, but I do now. So that's pretty cool. So we'll go to North Dakota. The profit margin of this bet, you just scroll over. Sharpest sportsbook in the world has this minus 133 Pinnacle, 22 cents in market with. We're getting minus 110, 4.31% profit margin. right? So we're going to type in North Dakota, St. Thomas, Minnesota versus North Dakota. And we want St. Thomas +1, minus 110. So we'll hit that bet and we can add it to our bet tracker. Boom, boom. Add it to our bet tracker. Boom. And so we can track our closing line, right? 4.31% profit margin. So you bet $10, your profit margin is 43 cents. You bet $100, your profit margin is $4.31, right? So St. Thomas, Minnesota +1, add it to my bet tracker, which will automatically grade my bet as a winner or loss. So we have St. Thomas, Minnesota +1, minus 110, 500 bucks, 4.31% profit margin. So we're getting half the return of the stock market, in one day. It's absolutely insane. So that's pretty cool. 4.31% EV. Profit. $21 in EV. So we placed 2 bets with a combined profit margin of, $47.90. In my diversified portfolio of mathematically profitable bets, right? Why we're up $1.6 thousand. Some bets win, some bets lose. We'll go on winning streaks, we'll go on losing streaks, but we're just betting positive EV, right? We'll make money in the long run. And again, everything on OddsJam is fully customizable. Like you want to, only see markets with pretty tight market width, you can reduce this. You want to see player props, we can add in props. We can see if there's any props out there. You can really do what you want, right? That's what's really cool about OddsJam is it's fully customizable. So you want to see really tight market width, like it looks like this. There's some good betting opportunities. So this we already bet. I added it to my bet tracker. And you can see most sports books have the spread at 0.5. We're picking up an extra, full point. So that's pretty good. Pinnacle has been moving towards St. Thomas, Minnesota. We're getting minus 110. You can add it to your bet tracker. So you always just want to look for the odds in yellow, right? Because that's the best number you can get in your state. So if you want to bet on, whatever, St. Thomas, Minnesota, right? This is the best price and it's a positive EV bet. So again, the general premise of positive EV betting, right, is whenever you have an arbitrage bet between 2 sports books. So like here we have this Asian handicap freaking soccer bet in Italy, and it's an arb, right? You could make risk-free money if you had Pinnacle, if you had DraftKings, you could place a bet on both sides and earn a risk-free profit. So you could earn a risk-free profit by placing a bet on both sides. That means there has to be one mathematically profitable bet, right? You can literally bet on both sides and earn a risk-free profit. Sportsbooks aren't in the business of giving out risk-free money, as shocking as it is. But here we could bet on, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this freaking soccer team, Bologna, I hope, plus 0.5, minus 175 on DraftKings. And on Pinnacle, Torino, minus 0.5, plus 176. These are equal and opposite outcomes. And we can make a risk-free profit, right, of, whatever, like 0.13%. So it's like 0.13% doesn't sound particularly good. But what it means is we know there's a profitable bet here. One of these bets has to be good. So Pinnacle is the sharpest sportsbook in the world. We don't want to bet against them. So we want to place our bet on the opposite side, right? That's the positive EV bet, which is why we went with St. Thomas, Minnesota. Again, if you want to learn about making risk-free money sports betting, you can just go here. Anything you want to learn about, there's probably an article in the blog that you can find, right? Like right here. So what we can do is we can go here. Pinnacle has this minus 218. We can get minus 175 on DraftKings. So the market on Pinnacle is minus 218 plus 176, right? So what that means is the fair line is minus 189. And we're getting minus 175. So what I can do is I can go here. I can go to Serie A, and I can go to spread. And then I can go to Bologna. And then this is versus Torino. And I want minus 0.5. What did I want? Plus 0.5 minus 175, I believe. So the true odds for this is minus 189, right? We're getting minus 175. So that's a great bet. That is a sharp, mathematically profitable bet. So I'm going to hit it. I'm going to add it to my bet tracker. Again, all of these bets are just in the Bitly sheet. In the description on YouTube. So the true price is minus 189.21. Once we remove the VIG, we're getting minus 175. So that is a sharp positive EV bet, right? So because this is the true odds. So essentially, right, the way that sportsbooks make money is they charge the juice, they charge the VIG, right? Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they have some model that spits out a fair win percentage for each side of the bet, right? Nobody knows the future in sports. Crazy things happen, underdogs win. There's always a probability of a bet hitting. There's some probability that markets are implying that some guy hits a home run or some guy has a triple double. And depending on that probability, there's a fair price to the odds. So what you're looking for as a sports bettor is where the odds you're getting beat the true odds based on the true implied probability. So long story short, the market on the sharpest sportsbook in the world is minus 218, plus 176. This is an ARB to DraftKings, so we can make risk-free money by betting on both sides. So we know one of these bets has to be positive EV or mathematically profitable. So we take the bet on DraftKings because Pinnacle is the sharpest bookmaker. And once we remove the VIG from Pinnacle's market, this is the zero VIG line, the no VIG odds, right? Pinnacle thinks this bet will hit 65.42% of the time. That's what their model is spitting out. That implies a fair line of minus 189.21, but we're getting minus 175. And the way that Pinnacle makes money, like every other sportsbook, is they take these fair odds that have zero VIG and then they juice them, right? They're not giving you minus 189 on Pinnacle. They're giving you minus 218. They're not giving you plus 189 on the, whatever this is, Torino minus 0.5. They're giving you plus 176. That's how sportsbooks make money. They have a model that produces a fair win percentage for a bet. That backs out the zero VIG odds, right? Every win percentage has an associated no VIG odds. And then they add juice to their market. So that's what we went with. So our bet has a 65.42% win probability. We're betting at minus 175 odds, and we bet $100 on it. So the EV percentage is 2.8%. So, less EV, but very tight market width. And it's also an ARB between DraftKings and Pinnacle, which means we know, you literally know there has to be a mathematically profitable bet if there's an arbitrage opportunity, right? So that's why we took both of these two bets. So most important calculator on OddsJam, no VIG odds. Read through it like a million times. Free tools. If you have free bets, use the low holds page, right? Convert your free bet into cash risk-free. As we went over with WinBet, another free feature on OddsJam is just, odds comparison, right? If you want to bet on anything, you have to make sure you're getting the best number in your location. So you have to sign up for more sportsbooks. You need to be getting the best possible odds. So there are a bunch of sign up links on YouTube. And what's amazing about all these sportsbooks is most of them, right, have sign up bonuses. So we'll take you, to the best sign up bonus in your state. So you can sign up like on Caesars, bet 20, get 300 in free bets. You bet 20, you get $300 in free bets. When you click the OddsJam link on YouTube, you get a 1.5K deposit bonus. And all of these companies are like billion-dollar multinational companies. They want you to sign up. There's so many sportsbooks in the US. They all give you these great offers for signing up, and you literally need more sportsbooks as a sports bettor to be successful. You'll see we place a lot of plus EV bets on, Caesars, WinBet, DraftKings, FanDuel. You need more bucks to be successful, right? So you have to sign up for them all if you actually want to make money sports betting, because you have to be getting the best odds. So we have under 131, seems pretty good. DraftKings has this at 129.5, so we can hit this bet, So we see Pinnacle has it minus 132. FanDuel minus 110, 3.02% profit margin, pretty insane. So earning a third of the return of the stock market in one day, the return of the stock market in a year. So FanDuel, I'll try to bet 500. They're like, yo, you've made too much money off us. We're only going to give you 165. And it's like, okay. And then I'll hit it. And then I'll add this to my bet tracker because I want to know my closing line value, right? So I hit it for 165. So this is at minus 110. 165 is what we bet. This bet has 3.02% profit margin, right? So just scroll along here, minus 110, under 131. Pinnacle has it minus 132. That's the sharpest bookmaker. So our profit margin is 3.02%. So pretty happy with that bet. And this is, so I'll turn off the live bets for now. Live betting is very stressful because everything moves a lot faster, right? Great lines don't last forever. So what do we have? Under 131, Texas Tech, Oklahoma. Add it to my bet tracker. Texas Tech, Oklahoma. So 3% profit margin on an $165 bet. You know, $5 in profit margin we're getting on this bet in terms of dollars, right? So a lot of bets out there. UConn must be pretty good. So there's also a bet on Texas Tech, 2% EV. And again, like the power of sports betting, right, is you're getting these returns that are, 2% profit margin, oftentimes in one day, right? We're getting a 3% return on our capital. This bet will win or lose, but the EV is 3%. The profit margin is 3%. And this game's going to be over in about 24 hours, right? The return of the stock market is 8% a year with tons and tons of risk, right? So why take 8% a year when you can get 3% in one bet using the OddsJam positive EV page? And it's same with arbitrage, right? Granted, there's not much NBA going on. There's not much sports going on in general. A lot of the NHL games for today have started. But if you can get like a 2% ARB and that game is later today, you're making a risk-free 2% return on capital when the return of the stock market's 8% a year with tons of risk, right? So you want to learn about positive EV betting. Again, there's a bunch of things in the blog, but hopefully these live streams, I mean, it's literally a live stream. So hopefully it shows you I'm putting my money where my mouth is. We're up 1.6K. You could have tailed everything in real time. So that's pretty cool. You can go back here. We can see if there's any other bets we want to hit. So over 3.5 in Inter Milan versus Salter, whatever. Again, just data-oriented sports betting. The people who make money sports betting aren't the freaking people who watch sports. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It is the people who are looking at numbers, trying to get the best possible lines, right? So we want to bet this, and then we want to go with over 3.5 plus 120. Sharpest sportsbook out there has the line at plus 101. So this is a bet I'm going to hit. And they're going to give me 137.50. So I'll hit it. I'll add it to my bet tracker. And that's pretty cool. We have Inter Milan, and this bet's on 3-4. 3-4. So this bet's on 3-4, and this is Inter versus, Salernitana. So I can grade it over 3.5 goals. Okay, plus 120. FanDuel limited us to 137.50. The profit margin of this bet, you just scroll along. Pinnacle only freaking 26 cents in market with. They're only giving you plus 101. We're getting plus 120, 3.55% profit margin. 3.55% profit margin in my diversified portfolio of mathematically profitable bets, 488 in EV. So we placed 5, positive EV bets on this live stream, which, is whatever, like, let's see, 64.76 in EV we've locked up. So that's pretty cool. And I added it to my bet tracker. Oh, I need to see the start date on this Torino game. Or I guess I can go here. So this Torino bet's on 3-6. So I'll go here. And then I'll just kind of try to fly through and hit some of these other bets real quick. So I've already bet these top 3. You can see the green check mark indicates it's already in my bet tracker. This little calculator is a Kelly calculator. So you know the optimal fraction of your bankroll to wager. And then we have a few more bets on, soccer, stuff like that. A little lower EV, like 2%, but still like Connecticut minus 1.5. Most sports books have, it at 2.5. The difference between a 1.5 and a 2.5, is pretty big in college basketball when the spread is at 1.5. So maybe we want to dabble in some UConn. So what we can do is we can hit that bet as well. It's slightly lower EV, so we'll bet a bit less. So we'll go to this, and then we'll hit this. So minus 1.5. And we're on UConn minus 1.5. Okay. So I'm going to hit this bet, and it logged me out. So I think I'll just call it a day here. Thank you so much for your time.